Grand Rising, Grand Evening, whatever time it is for you. So, I want to talk about addiction and escapism and how to transcend both. I'm going to pull from my own experiences because, well, it's worked for me, and so it might work for others. So, the way that I've transcended escapism and addiction templates is by first recognizing that escapism and addiction derive from having an external environment first that is unsafe, ungrounded, that you feel the need to escape, which then creates an internal environment and space that you feel the need to escape. This is how things like addiction, and addiction can come in all forms. I have had many addiction and escapism templates throughout my life and on my journey. I've been addicted to love. I've been addicted to vices. I've been addicted to people, places, spaces. I've been addicted to pain. You can form this type of addiction and escapism relationship with almost anything, because the cause of addiction and escapism isn't found in the symptom, it's found in the cause. So this is how I have transcended, and this is a way that I personally believe is the only foolproof way to transcend addiction and escapism, because utilizing this method is how you heal the root, the inner root, that creates these types of attachments and escapism templates. So when you are in an environment, or you grow up in an environment, or you're in, an environment that is toxic, that is harmful, that is unsafe, that is ungrounded, because everything is energy, eventually the environment will start to have a very strong energetic impact and exchange on your inner place, on your inner environment, which creates both an external environment that you feel the need to escape, as well as an internal environment that you feel the need to escape. When you have that type of consistency in need to escape to safety, both internally and externally, that's where the middleman, the devil, will come into play. That's where things like substances, people, experiences, places, limiting ways of thinking and being, and self-harm become the thing that you run to escape the inner and the outer ungrounded and unsafe space. So the way that you truly heal this, well, it starts within. It starts by creating an internal place of safety, stability, security, and love. When you love, and trust. When you love someone, when you trust someone, you're not going to feed that person poison. You're not going to keep them trapped and bound in environments that are toxic, that are abusive, that are unsafe. You aren't going to continue self-abusing, because that's really what addiction and escapism is. It is self-abuse. It is how we escape self. And the more that we do this, it disconnects us further and further from ourselves and allows for external things people, substances to start driving our experiences, our minds, and ultimately eating away and chipping away at the self. So when you can become someone that you love, that you trust, when you can create that internal space of stability and safety, essentially create a fortress of solitude within yourself. And you do this by going within and integrating and healing those wounds and those shadows, touching on and spending time with the things within you that are making it an unsafe, unstable, and ungrounded environment. Once you can do that to completion, healing is non-linear. It is ever a everlasting journey and experience. But when you can come to a place within yourself where you are internally safe, stable, grounded, where you love yourself truly, then that is where the external environment is going to change with your conscious intention and action. As I stated earlier, you're not going to keep someone that you love, someone that you trust, someone that you value in an environment that is harmful, abusive, or toxic to that person. Think of your inner self as a child that you protect, a child that you love. You wouldn't allow a sweet, innocent child to be harmed or poisoned or abused, right? And so it is in doing that inner work and creating that inner safe, stable space, healing the roots within you, that you remove yourself from these external spaces and places that mirrored those internal wounds and that internal toxicity and instability that caused the escapism and the addictions to arise in the first place. And also, you will start cutting off access to other individuals, spaces, places, and beings who hold that same energy of escapism, ungroundedness, toxicness, abuse, and harm and poison. Your inner world is truly a mirror. I know that we as humans have the innate ability to heal ourselves without depending on any type of external program, place, space. And I strongly believe that it's important that we do this within, that we heal the root, because when you look to a group or an external person or an external church or place, when you look to the external to heal you, then that creates an external attachment that houses your healing. It creates, in my opinion, more instability and ungroundedness and addiction, because then lies the issue that without that program, without that therapist, without that church, your healing, your sobriety, your sovereignty leaves. And so that's not a foolproof way, in my opinion, to transcend these things. We as humans are so very powerful, and we can heal ourselves. And I am living proof of that. There's nothing external to me that allowed me to transcend these things. It all started within. Anyways, I hope that this helped. I am sending you all so much love to the universe and beyond. Stay warm.